So I've been making YouTube videos for a little while, and lighting is big. You gotta make sure you have enough light, because a lot of the little cameras, like this is a DJI Action, really great camera. This is a first gen, and like second gen. You notice what I got here is a light. Light is key to make a lot of the videos look a lot better. If you have a grainy video, blah blah blah, the only thing that's even more important than light is sound. Because if you have like, garbled, or it just doesn't, you can't make out what they're saying or anything like that, why watch? You just stop watching because you just can't focus. So the first ones I started to buy were the Lume Cube. This is a Lume Cube, like what I had on the DJI camera. This thing is super nice. It's a little bit more expensive, but not much. It's like $79 for this size, and then there's one that's larger. We'll get to that in a minute. But this has a nice interface on it. Let me turn it on. You hold the button down. You press and hold the button down, and that turns it on after 4 seconds or something like that. Not a deal breaker. Kind of annoying when you're like in the middle of something, or your hands are dirty, like I'm making bread or something like that, and then this thing just gets caked with like dough or something like that. But the interface on here, it's really nice. It doesn't flash like that. That's the way the camera's doing that. But it'll tell you what your K is, how much percentage of a battery is, and how long it'll last. So this interface I found is the prettiest and the easiest to use. The power button is its weak point. Definitely not a deal breaker. If you want to get a Lume Cube, I wouldn't tell you no. I have it's over here. I use a lot of newer products. The brand Newer, how well you can see that brand, because they produce a lot of the same stuff that brands that are more expensive produce. So rather than go for the more expensive thing, get the Newer, and it's exactly the same thing. This one is okay. This is definitely cheaper. I think it was like $30. Again, a power button that you press and hold, and you charge it. The other thing with both of these, they're both USB-C charging, so you can charge with USB-C, and it charges very fast. Especially this, I think it charges in under an hour to full. But this, you sacrifice everything for it. No interface, no nothing. Power, stronger, weaker, and the different modes. That's what these buttons do. That's it. Very soft light. You can take this off and put other filters or stuff on it. This is a nice one, and I like to use it on my little camera. Although I have it on this, I like to use it on this one because it just takes a little bit less weight. This is aluminum. I like that. I prefer having metal. This is plastic. Another one, I forgot what brand this is. Oh, this is Ulanzi, U-L-A-N-Z-I. Let's see how well we can get that on camera. It's got a dough on it already from me baking, but Ulanzi, let me see. I use this product a lot too, because you can get them really cheap on Amazon. And then if you buy like the name brand, like a SmallRig, it's like $10, $15 more just for the name, and does exactly the same thing. So this, I use these for my camera mount, so I can move my camera around really easily, but they also make a light. This light is a lot like the Lume Cube, but I just got the bigger one, except no interface again, nothing on, but to turn it on, flip a switch. That helps a lot, just with me being lazy. It also has a dim and your different settings of brightness for like Kelvin, however you want to set your brightness to. Now, I've seen this one and I've been thinking about it, and I finally pulled the trigger. It's not terribly expensive. I think this is like $79, or no, $69. This is a SmallRig. From all of the pictures I've seen, it takes a lot of the best of both world type situations, and it has the things like it's aluminum, and it has a power switch. So let's take a look real quick. If it can do all that, that'll be my main light for this camera. This is the Sony a7 III. So it is a SmallRig, but it actually is cheaper. This thing is large, that's why I wanted it. It's got a honeycomb filter on it. It comes on top, but this is just like a silicone, so you can protect it. So here we go. It's 6 inches long, 2.5 inches wide, I think, or something like that. But what does it have right there? Power switch. See, it's almost dead because I literally just picked it up off my front step about 10 minutes ago. So came up here, has all of the same types of settings like the Lume Cube has. So you can change your brightness and your Kelvin, and then it shows you a battery size, and just like that, just straight out of the box, this is like medium power. This is great because it'll illuminate you well, and it makes the video look clearer, which is very important. So, and when I'm done, that's it. And again, USB-C chargeable. So it charges fast. I think you can probably get like 80% in like a half hour with how small this is. It's a little bit more weight to it, but I'm going to put it on my Sony camera. That way you have a large swath of light coming at you. See how I had all the shadow? See, I have the shadow from my hand, and then there's a light, so I'm blocking it. And then it completely eliminates it. So this is going to be my main light for most things because I like to have a lot of different options. And this comes with a little SmallRig. So now I have a cold shoe on top of my camera, and this has a little cold setting, a little foot, so you can put the cold shoe on. I really think that this is the best of both worlds. Having a switch instead of like a pressing button, for me it's a little easier, because then you hold it and like you're trying to do two or three things. This, you just flip the switch and then you go on to the next thing. My camera has the same thing. You flip a switch and you start it, and that's it. To me, that just feels a lot better. I'm looking dark. I think it's a rain. It just rained a little while ago, so like that. You see how it balances out the light and everything. So having multiple lights, having a lot of light, it's easier to remove the light in post on Premiere or Final Cut than it is to add light. You really can't add light. It just doesn't look good. So if you're looking for the SmallRig, I think if you're looking for a light, they also have a smaller one. They have one that is the Lume Cube size also. I just wanted a bigger light. So if you're looking at the SmallRig light, I think this is like the best of both worlds. It's a little bit of weight, but that aluminum casing won't crack as easily as like a plastic case. I'm always worried about this because maybe it'll just fall on the floor or something by accident. This, if it falls, I mean, don't drop it, A. But if you do, this is less likely to break. I'm not saying it's not going to break. There's a good chance, and then you can put this on, so you have like a rubber guard or a silicone guard. So, I don't know. There we go. It's the Pix M160 RGB LED light. So you can just get it on Amazon, camera stores, or whatever like that. I think you can probably order from them directly. I don't know. So just look for it, Google it, find the best place you want to buy it at, and I think this is going to be a very big help to making videos moving forward.